On tonight's CTV News, the drink driving limit has been lowered, so how will it affect you? We ask Cantabrians what they think of a North Canterbury school's proposal to microchip its students, and the Dreamliner arrives in Christchurch. This is CTV News. I'm Grant Mangan. If you're thinking of having a few drinks before getting behind the wheel, you could be out of luck. The government has lowered the drink driving limit in an effort to make roads safer.
Targeting drink drivers, MPs voted to cut the legal blood alcohol limit from 80 milligrams of alcohol per 100 millilitres of blood to just 50 milligrams, which will mean the average adult won't be able to consume more than 2 standard drinks an hour before driving. Transport Minister Jerry Brownlee says lowering the alcohol level sends a strong message that drink driving is unacceptable. According to the AA, each year 100 people are killed and 2,000 injured on New Zealand roads from crashes involving drink drivers. The Land Transport Amendment Bill passed its third and final reading in Parliament. The legislation will come into effect from the 1st of December this year, gaining the support of the AA. But the Automobile Association is calling for the government to go further to reduce harm to drink drivers by installing an alcohol interlock in the vehicles of recidivist drivers. The AA is also asking the courts to make rehab and treatment part of their sentences when drink drivers go before the court. Those drivers who breach the new alcohol level will face a $200 fine and loss of 50 demerit points. Failing to undergo a breath test will raise that fine to $700. No changes were made for those getting behind the wheel under the age of 20. They still have a zero alcohol limit when taking to the roads.
A North Canterbury school is proposing its students wear an electronic bracelet to reward good behaviour. The Ministry of Education is still consulting the Swannanoa school community about implementing the bracelet. The bracelet would allow teachers to reward individual children for good behaviour. The children will also be able to collect points for their house. Good behaviour would be rewarded and locations won't be tracked. It follows a Texas school district that came under fire 2 years ago when it announced students would be required to wear microchip-embedded ID cards at all times. The idea there was to stem the rampant truancy devastating the school's funding. Will the concept take off? Marcus Gibbs asked locals what they thought of the idea.
What do you think about that one?
Disgraceful.
Why is it disgraceful?
What, would you going to put that on your dog? I take my dog across the park this morning. Why would I put that bracelet on a child? I wouldn't put it on my dog. I think that's ridiculous.
I think it's a bit weird. The idea of good behaviour is good, but tracking them with microchips, that's just too far. Use a bit of paper with a tally chart or something. God.
I read that article in the Stuff website. An absolutely stupid idea.
Why is it a stupid idea?
Well, it can do a concentration camp for kids.
It doesn't track them by GPS, but it does reward them for good behaviour.
Well, it's creating a Big Brother environment, isn't it? It's like Orson Welles' 1984, so you're well tracked.
Oh, I did read something about that. Well, I don't have children, so I'm not really 100% sure how I would feel. Yes, you'd probably be a bit concerned about it.
I don't really like the idea, to be honest. I think it's pretty, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a bit weird, to be honest.
Yeah, I think if you're a teacher, you should be able to tell what good behaviour and bad behaviour is. You shouldn't need a microchip.
I don't know, it'll probably be a good idea, I guess, but it's a bit kind of on a leash though. It's you're kind of like a boundary where you have to do your work and stuff, which is a normal thing. But
completely opposed. I actually advocate for human rights through the Ubuntu Liberation Movement, which is spreading worldwide. There's about 200 countries involved, and completely opposed to all government tracking, basically treating children as commodities, which they're not, which is actually quite a big issue to get into, which I've actually tried to get hold of Campbell. He's not interested. It's a touchy subject, basically, the fact that our government's using, when you're registered at birth, your birth certificate becomes a corporation for the government to use you as a slave. And so it's along the lines of that. I know the states are trying to do it. The Bill Gates Foundation are trying to microchip people for birth control measures. So no, it's not good in my books.
No, I don't like it.
What do you like about the idea?
Oh, just the whole privacy thing about like your own self, and like they're putting something on you that you don't want, maybe.
The hearing for the Quake outcasts group is underway in Wellington.
The Christchurch offers were designed to allow people to take control of their lives, not force them off their land. That's what the Supreme Court has heard on the second day of the Quake outcasts hearing being held in Wellington. It'll determine whether the group are eligible for a full payout offer. The Quake outcasts group is made up of owners of vacant and uninsured red zone land, arguing for the same payout as what was offered to other property owners in the red zone. Crown lawyer David Goddard QC believes the decision to create the red zone was not a land clearance policy. Mr Goddard says the ministers were identifying a desperate situation that tens of thousands of people were in and provided those people with good information about their position and a real choice to move out. He's quoted in the press saying the government had a responsibility to advise people of the consequences of not accepting the offer. The announcement of the red, green and orange zones in June 2011 was an information release, not a policy decision.
The Christchurch City Council is considering financially assisting flood-prone property owners with their much-needed repairs.
$20,000 is the price the Christchurch City Council are looking at giving flood-affected residents towards the costs of raising their homes. There are concerns a small number of people in increased flooding areas are being forced to repair their homes, even though there are no solutions to flooding problems. Lifting their homes, which were already stripped, would help them protect from flooding and improve their situation until a permanent solution could be found. The Council Chief Executive, Dr. Carleen Edwards, says only around 60% of homes are likely to be suitable for lifting, and they would end up looking unusually elevated compared with neighbouring properties. A full report on the difficulties of providing affected property owners with financial assistance will be presented to the Council on the 14th of August.
Coming up, the Dreamliner reaches Christchurch.
G'day, this is Fletch, your presenter of the TV show Classic Restos. It's the show where it's your chance to see completed restorations being shown, driven and enjoyed.
Hi, I'm Steve and welcome to Carpet Kingdom. At Carpet Kingdom we stock a massive range of carpets and we're also the largest vinyl stockist in the South Island. And not only do we have an excellent range in store, but you can purchase our stock online. We offer free measuring quotes. We have our own installation team. We ship nationwide, so come on down and see us at Carpet Kingdom. 312 Wilsons Road in Waltham, just off Brougham Street, or visit us online at carpetkingdom.co.nz.
Action Removals, offering short or long-term storage facilities, full packing services, comprehensive rates, all fully insured and with 6 vehicle sizes to choose from. Earthquake repairs? Action Removals pack, move, store and return your valuable possessions stress-free. Action Removals, a family business that has been operating in Christchurch for over 10 years. Action Removals, your one-stop removal service on time, every time. 0800 222 526.
Avoid the monkeys when it comes to relocating. Trust A1 Movers, a family business since 1993 that guarantees a professional job every time. We carefully handle and wrap your valued items, ensuring they have a safe journey. Secure storage and insurance options are also available.
A1 Movers, the careful, caring moving company.
Oi!
Join me, Jude Kirk, every weekday as I share with you some of the best shopping in Canterbury.
An organisation set up to help families with difficult children is calling for further parental funding as it marks its 30-year anniversary. Marcus Gibbs reports.
It's happy families now. However, 4 years ago, this household wasn't running so smooth. Eleanor was at her wit's end. Her daughter Victoria was acting up, smoking, drinking, shoplifting and taking drugs. She was suspended from school and even arrested by the police. That's when Eleanor met the Tough Love team and started changing her parenting style.
That started our Tough Love journey, which was really fabulous. It's been really fantastic, the support we've had.
Back then, car rides were torture. Victoria would easily become agitated, becoming verbally and physically abusive to her mother. Eleanor started using new techniques, like making her daughter get out of the car.
I guess I learnt through some techniques through Tough Love that to get a door between her and me made me safe, meant that I could calm down, meant that I could have my cell phone in my pocket and ring whoever I needed to at the time.
Tough Love's Christchurch facilitator helped teach Eleanor a new way of parenting.
It's a support program, and its uniqueness is it's 24/7 support for parents working the program within the parent support group.
3 decades on, its teachings are still relevant today.
I think for the organisation it means we have a valued program that is still as effective now as it was when it first came into New Zealand.
The organisation is now celebrating 30 years of helping parents. It's the only one of its kind specifically founded to help parents cope with youth at risk. It relies on funding from the Ministry of Social Development. However, due to a lack of resources, Tough Love can't help every parent in need. It's crying out for extra funding that could help parents like Eleanor. When things got really bad, she was forced to call the police. On several occasions, Victoria was arrested. At one point, she spent 2 nights in a cell.
She got arrested in our own home, which is kind of a thing you never expect to happen in your play home.
Everything changed 18 months ago. After leaving school at 16, Victoria soon found a job, and now she's about to start a course to follow her dreams.
I guess just when I got a job, it just made me more motivated to actually want to do something with my life and be productive and not waste time getting drunk.
Her family can't believe her transformation. They say it's all due to a Tough Love approach.
She signed up for this course and did it all off her own bat and actually didn't muck around doing it. She just decided she wouldn't do it and then went in straight the next day and did it and paid for it and signed up and everything. So it's just awesome.
It's just very exciting now. We've got a wonderful girl back here, which is lovely. Yeah.
The organisation is helping a small number of families in Christchurch at the moment, but says with further funding they could help even more. Marcus Gibbs, CTV News.
A local Canterbury man wants to cut the extra costs for a customer if they choose to receive a paper version of their bill in the mail.
This is Mr. Bradley, and this is his mission.
I want New Zealanders to stand up and say, hey, $1.50 times twice. Now, to a lot of pensioners, that's a loaf of bread, some milk, some vegetables, food on the table.
It's over a matter of money, $3 in fact. As a telecom customer, if you choose to pay your bill online, you pay an extra setup cost of $1.50 on top of the bill. Jeff Bradley says the extra cost for customers wanting other options doesn't stop there.
If you don't want to pay online and you want to have your telephone bill sent to you, you then can print it out, go to the post office and you pay $1.50 to the New Zealand Post Office. If you don't want to do that and you still get your bill through the mail, you still pay $1.50 once, New Zealand Post Office another $1.50.
According to a telecom spokesperson, in the last 4 years, over a third of the customer base have paid their bills online. Wanting that figure to grow to 2/3, this is a move to encourage customers to choose the environmentally friendly option and pay over the internet. Jeff Bradley spoke to Grey Power members in Ashburton about the issue, where he discovered over 80% of people are outraged. Many of them don't use computers. It's not easy to live off a pension these days. Jeff Bradley says between rent and food, how much more can be covered. He believes many other pensioners live fortnight to fortnight.
I'm a pensioner, and luckily I have a lovely wife. We work together as a team, and we get through from fortnight to fortnight, but it's hard. And it's very hard when you're renting. Every week you're having to pay out $350 for rent. Where does your pension go?
Jeff Bradley says Grey Power is supportive of the pensioners' grievances against the extra costs.
I mean, it's been going on for over 12 months. This is according to Grey Power, and they are aware that it has to be looked at.
What's interesting is Grey Power Electrical has a similar system to telecom. On their website they claim it's cheaper for the consumer if they choose to get sent their electrical bill online via email. Jeff Bradley, local Cantabrian, calling for action now.
All I'd like to say to Telecom is start looking at this $1.50. It has to come off the bill.
Joelle Batista, CTV News.
The Earthquake Commission are nearing the finish line of settling insurance claims.
EQC are battling their way through their claims. Figures released by the Earthquake Commission show the organisation has settled 85% of their building claims. That's $6.8 billion that's been paid out, resolving almost 144,000 claims out of the 169,000 made since the September 2010 earthquake. EQC says the sequence of earthquakes between September 2010 and December 2011 were among some of the world's most expensive natural disaster insurance events. The Canterbury Home Repair Program was established the month following the September earthquake, delivering home repairs for the damage of properties between $15,000 and $100,000. EQC is hoping to have completed all building claims by the end of the year, but believes some claims are likely to spill over into 2015. Around 12,000 are complex claims involving increased flood vulnerability or increased liquefaction vulnerability, requiring further engineering and valuation before being settled.
Air New Zealand's brand new plane flew into Christchurch today.
A game changer in air travel in New Zealand. Welcome to the 7879 Dreamliner. This new plane boasts 302 seats and new technology throughout the aircraft, making the flying experience more enjoyable. Air New Zealand's head of aircraft programs, Kerry Reeves, says the team have worked hard to improve the comfort of the passenger plane.
The look and feel, the openness in the windows, I think that's just a whole new flying experience.
There are many different features on this plane, such as the overhead lockers, the new types of seats and the tinted windows.
A favourite feature for the aircraft team are the tinted windows.
The bigger windows, as you can see, you get a much greater view outside. It gives you a very panoramic view when you're flying, a real sense of floating in the air. And the pressurisation of the aircraft is at a much lower cabin altitude. So you really feel like you're not flying.
Traditionally, passenger windows come with shades to keep out light and allow people to sleep. The new and improved technology allows the customer to choose from 5 different shades for their window, from clear to pitch black.
And that's the position that you would have it while you're sleeping, even if it's daylight outside. The crew can set all of the windows in the cabin the same way, or each passenger, as you can see, can set the window themselves to suit their own requirements.
The modern plane retails at $250 million a year. Kerry Reeves believes this game-changing aircraft is cheaper to operate. He hopes this will also mean cheaper tickets for passengers. Another feature that has the crew talking are the new bathrooms on board.
Lavatories don't need to be boring, so the wallpaper that we have in the lavatories is a little bit exciting. Just gives people a sense of something different.
The new plane comes with a divider between 2 bathrooms, making it easier for disabled passengers to do their business with privacy.
There's a movable wall in between 2 lavatories, which then opens up. And as you can see, lovely wallpaper there. That's a little exciting with some of the book titles on there. And as you open that up, then we can manoeuvre a wheelchair in here with a disabled person and then give them complete privacy.
This is the first of the Dreamliners. Air New Zealand plan to have another 2 up in the sky flying by the end of the year. The plane will begin flying from Auckland to Sydney in September and then daily commercially fly to Perth in the middle of October. Joelle Batista, CTV News.
The Waste and Environmental team are clearing hazardous waste found in Christchurch's residential red zone.
4,000 spray cans, over 200,000 kilograms of paint and almost 40 kilograms of medical waste, just a few of the hazardous household items cleared from the red zone so far. The Waste and Environmental team is a task force put together by the government, Environment Canterbury and local councils. More than halfway through their mission, the team have completed clearing 86% of red zone properties of hazardous waste. Wanting to avoid long-term problems of contaminated land, the workers picked up to 320,500 kilograms of the waste from the properties. Before the earthquakes, the waste industry in Christchurch was able to handle 225,000 tonnes and 600,000 yearly. An estimated figure shows there will be 8.7 million tonnes of hazardous waste from the earthquakes. The environmental team are aiming to be completed by December, with the exception of the Port Hills properties.
Still to come with a roading update and weather report.
Be immersed in the unique cultural highlights Germany has to offer every Tuesday night with Discover Germany. Tuesday at 7 p.m, right here on CTV.
Missed a show or want to watch it again? CTV is fitting in with your lifestyle. Be in control with CTV On Demand. Check out our website and follow the links, ctv.co.nz.
Get rid of that damaging and unsightly moss, mould and lichen from your path, drive or roof with Mossbuster. Mossbuster is a no-bleach, non-abrasive, biodegradable solution that has over 35 years of proven results. Mossbuster costs less than half the price of other well-known products and can be yours for less than $1 a litre. You just spray it on and let Mother Nature do the rest. Check out our website to find the best solution to your moss, mould and grime problem. Order online or call us now on 0800 88 1000.
Hi, I'm Caitlin, the naturopath here at Staywell Pharmacy. Working with the pharmacist, I use herbal and nutritional medicine to recommend natural alternatives for your health. This can be to counteract any side effects of your medication, general health advice, or natural options for you and your family. I'm also available for consultations. So come in and see us at Staywell Pharmacy, 27 Shands Road, Hornby. Staywell Pharmacy, live well, stay well.
Spectacular rugby being played in the Press Cup 2014. Get your copy. DVDs available. Call right now, $29.95.
Join us tonight at 6 for DW World News. Informative, lively, international news, breaking stories and global developments. DW News, weekdays at 6 p.m, right here on CTV.
Well, New Zealand made history today when Valerie Adams won not just the gold medal, but the country's 600th Commonwealth Games medal to date. Canterbury mountain biker Anton Cooper contributed to that tally with a gold medal yesterday. The 19-year-old was rapt with his win, which was closely followed over the finish line by Te Awamutu rider Sam Gaze, who took second place. Together, the duo added 2 medals to New Zealand's tally. World number 4 ranked Australian Dan McConnell could not keep up. It was in the last 500 metres of the 37-kilometre race when Cooper accelerated away from the pack. New Zealand have now taken home 13 cycling medals at the Games, including 5 golds. Well, you can avoid tomorrow's traffic jams with tonight's traffic update.
Hello travellers, to help you plan your journey around the central city, here's some tips on how to get around this week. Durham Street was in need of urgent work, so it is now back down to 1 lane from Kilmore Street to Armour Street. Barbados Street is down to 1 lane from Bearley Ave to Kilmore Street. Madras Street remains very busy and is still down to 1 lane in places from Morehouse Ave to Bearley Ave. So remember, a good alternative route south is Fitzgerald Ave. To keep up to date on what's happening on the Central City Road, stay tuned, and in the meantime visit the Transport for Christchurch website.
And remember that Roading Report updates screen on CTV daily Monday to Friday at 7, 8 and 9 a.m, and then again at 12 noon midday. The website contains a lot of useful information about road closures, not just in the CBD, but also in the areas outside the CBD. Well, finally tonight, your regional weather.
Good evening, Canterbury. A warm day for the entire region. Timaru, Temuka and Geraldine hit 17. Looking at Methven, Ashburton and Rakaya there as well. They hit 18 degrees today. Moving along to Darfield, hit 18 today. Same for Leeston and Ralston, one of the highs of the region on 19. Lincoln and Christchurch, a very warm 19 degrees. And over in Akaroa, spring's just around the corner, 19 degrees for you as well. Heading north, Rangiora, Kaipoi and of course Amberley, 18 degrees. Taking a look at the Hurunui district now, Culverden, Hanmer Springs and Cheviot had one of the lows on 17. Same for Kaikoura, still warm though, 17 degrees. But let's take a look at what's in store for tomorrow. In Timaru, another day of high cloud and gusty mild northwesterlies, becoming strong during the afternoon and evening. In Ashburton, fine and mild weather with high cloud and gusty northwesterly winds becoming strong at times. An overnight low of 7 and a high of 16 degrees. And in Christchurch, more northwesterly winds and high cloud for your Friday, with mild temperatures setting in, an overnight low of 7 and a high of 17 degrees. Kaikoura, mild northwesterlies increasing to become strong and gusty later in the day. Expect fine with high cloud, an overnight low of 7 and a high of 17 degrees. And in other areas around the region, Temuka and Geraldine, a high of 16 and a low of 7. Darfield, Leaston, Ralston and Lincoln expect cloud with a high of 17 and an overnight low of 7. Over in Akaroa, the warm weather remains, hitting a high of 18 degrees. Rangiora, Kaipoi and Amberley, 17 today with cloudy skies. Up the top in Culverden, Hanmer Springs and Cheviot, 15 throughout the day with an overnight low of 6. And looking ahead for Canterbury, strong gusty northwesterlies for most of your Saturday. Fine and mild with high cloud, a cold gusty southwesterly change on Saturday evening with a period of showers. Mostly cloudy and cold on Sunday. Expect showers during the morning with snow flurries lowering to 400 metres. But showers clearing during the afternoon and moderate southwesterly winds dying out, becoming frosty on Sunday night. Mostly fine and sunny on Monday and Tuesday with light northeasterly winds and pleasant temperatures. Mild northwesterlies freshening on Wednesday with high cloud increasing and a brief dry southwesterly change during the afternoon. And that is all for your region's weather. Do enjoy the rest of your evening.
And what a lovely balmy day and evening it's been. That's CTV News for Thursday. I'm Grant Mangan. Good night.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.